When people say things like, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, that could be true for things like investing in some type of cryptocurrency where you put $100 in and it's going to turn into $100,000 in 2 weeks. Or, buy my course for $997 and I'll show you how to be a millionaire, in the next 3 days. Things like this, yeah, these are things that, generally are too good to be true. But when it comes to financial strategy, tax strategy, cost reduction strategies, it's not necessarily that they're too good to be true. It's just you don't know what you don't know. See, information is king in the era of social media, etc., and really just in general in 2025 and beyond. So today I want to walk you through a program. It's a Section 125 plan. And what this is going to do is for every employee that you have, we're going to put $573.60 back into your business, assuming the employee is on this plan that I'm going to talk about here today. So just big picture without saying who qualifies and who doesn't, because most people in your company are more than likely going to qualify. But understand for every employee that you have, it is going to be $573.60 per year that is back to your bottom line. Instant savings, okay? So that's the first thing. You're going to save $573.60 every single year. Now you're probably wondering, all right, so what do I have to do in order to get this savings? Yeah, I have 100 employees, I have 10 employees, I want to get these savings, and $573.60, that's, you're not going to be rich off saving $500 a year, but you could take that to Vegas and throw it down on the craps table, turn it into $2,000 like I did last September. Anyway, okay, so I don't want to get sidetracked there. $573.60. What do we have to give or exchange in order to help you save this money? Well, the first thing is going to be your employees are going to get access to some things, okay? The first thing they're going to get access to is urgent care and then doctor's visits. So urgent, I'm just going to put urgent and doctors. Now you're probably thinking my health insurance covers that. Great, this is not health insurance and this does not mess with your health insurance whatsoever. This is a bolt-on cafeteria plan. Now the reason that I say we're going to give them access to the urgent care and doctor visits is because we're going to give them access and actually cover those copays. So instead of them having to pay $20, $30, $40, I've even seen $75 out of pocket just to go to the doctor, just to be seen, and we're not even talking any care is given or anything like that, we're going to pay for that. So this plan, the Section 125 plan, is going to pay for that. They will have a $0 out-of-pocket cost to go to urgent care, doctor care visits, etc. The second thing is going to be preventative care that's required by the ACA, so preventative care. So this could be a wide variety of things. One of the examples of this is like a colonoscopy, for example, okay? So we will pay for that, and that is going to be $0 out of pocket. And this is employee only, right? Now, the employee plus their family, so put employee plus fam, when they go and get prescriptions, it is going to be, the majority of them are going to be at $0. So if they need things like metformin or antibiotics or things like that, instead of having to go and pay $5, $10 at the pharmacy for this Section 125 plan is going to cover it. That is going to be a $0 out-of-pocket expense for these employees, plus their families. So little Johnny, little Susie, all of them are going to be covered on this. Now, there's going to be some prescriptions that aren't covered, and those are going to be available at $1. So the majority of them, about 85% of the prescriptions that are on our formulary, which is most prescriptions out there, are going to be available at $0. And then about 15% of them are going to be available at $1. Additionally, they're going to have access, so that is prescriptions. How do I spell prescriptions? I'm just going to put prescriptions. I should know how to spell prescriptions right off the top of my head, right? The second thing that the employee plus the family is going to get is unlimited access to telemed. Okay, and this again is going to be $0. So instead of having to go to the doctor or to go to urgent care in person, wait in line, check in, sit in the waiting room, all this stuff that you have to do, it's such a pain to go to the doctor or to go to urgent care. You can just hop on a quick FaceTime and you can say, hey doc, this is what I'm dealing with right now. I got a stuffy nose, or my kid is pink eye, and take a look at it, show them the phone, show them the FaceTime. And then they can actually diagnose you with, let's say you have a cold, they can diagnose you with that, or whatever you need really. And then let's say you need some antibiotics, they can send that order to the pharmacy. You did this all over the phone, and then you don't have to end up actually going to urgent care. You can just go straight to the pharmacy and pick up your prescription. So $0 for the telemed, and then $0 for the prescription, assuming it's one of the ones which are very common that fall under the $0 list. Okay, so no money out of their pocket for that. And then we're going to have also a health manager. This health manager is essentially, an app that is going to help your employees be healthy. It's going to show them ways to lose weight. It's going to show them ways to quit smoking. It's just going to show them how to stay healthier, because a healthier employee is going to be a more productive employee. So for you saving $573, your employees are going to get all of this. But this is not all your employees get. On average, your employees are going to see a $125 per month take-home pay, increase in take-home pay. So that is take-home pay increase. So they're going to get those benefits. They're going to see an increase in take-home pay, and then you are going to save $573.60 per year per employee. So if you have 10 employees, that's going to be $5,736.00. I hope I did that math right. I have a rule. I don't do math live on camera for this reason, but nope, I do have that math right. If you have 100 employees, it's going to be $57,000 a year, et cetera, et cetera. So the best way to find out how much money that you can save by offering these benefits is actually going to be by running your specific numbers, seeing who qualifies. Because like I said, not everyone qualifies, but a good majority of your employees, assuming they make more than minimum wage, are actually going to qualify. Now, the great thing about this, like I said, is that you actually do not need to have any health insurance right now. This does not mess with your health insurance whatsoever. So let's say you already have a Blue Shield or a Cigna or something like that. You can actually take advantage of this program, the Section 125 plan, without changing any of that. In fact, it's probably going to decrease the renewals on your health insurance. Now, not always, but when you combined this plan right here with a level funded plan, you have 35 employees, we're talking about saving, $50,000, $100,000 a year just on health insurance and payroll taxes. So that's how one way that you could save some money every single year. If you want more information on this, there is some information below. You can sign up and get the tax strategy and the cost reduction guide. But if you have a company with more than 10 employees, or really just more than 5, but we're looking for more than 10 ideally. For every employee that you have, you can offer them these benefits. It's going to increase their take-home pay and help them save some money on getting care, getting health care, and then you're going to receive some tax benefits as well. So check out the description below if you want it. Appreciate you watching this video. Take care. Bye.